Hi, it's Paris from Epic Reviews doing the Epic Spring Products Review. Most of these are as seen on TV products, and I'm testing them out to see if they're going to help you with the things that you need to do in the spring. So I'll briefly tell you about them, put in a clip from our video review of that product in case you're interested in seeing more. You can watch the full video, or you can just watch through this whole list and see the kind of stuff you can have to help you out in the spring. Alright, first of all is the X hose. This was the original flexible hose. We've tried it out. If you're interested in finding out more about it, there's a link down below for this and for all these products in the description right below this video. But I'm going to put a clip right here about what I found out trying out the X hose. Alright, time to see how well it curls back up and if I can really store it as easily as it claims. Let me turn off the water here at the faucet and then I'll release the pressure at the valve end and we'll see what happens. Okay, water going off at the faucet. And then letting it out the end here. Pretty good shrinkage going on there. Let me take it off the faucet here and see how long it ended up. How long it is now. Well, I would say it went back to exactly 8 feet. It's right off the screen here. Well, it did shrink back up. It does fit up in a small coil right around the faucet handle. It does do that. I was disappointed in a couple other things, but let me dry my hands off and get all the mud off of me and I'll give you my final analysis. The next hose to come along that's been a real big seller this year is this guy here, the pocket hose, and I've actually done a review of this and a comparison between this and the X hose. So go ahead and take a look at that. Connects to this Y adapter, which has controls for each hose. And we got the hoses stretched out here, and as you can see, the green pocket hose is at least a couple feet longer than the blue X hose. Alright, I know we're not having a race, but I thought we'd compare them simultaneously here. So the water's ready to go in them. I'm going to run over to the faucet, turn it on, see what happens. Alright, 3, 2, 1, water's on. Okay, let's see how they stretch out. This is pretty taut. Feel all the pressure in it. Comes out to here. This one's got lots of curly cues in it. But just about the same length. Okay, the new contender, the new kid on the block here is the flexible hose that's competing with the X hose and the pocket hose, and I've got the review clip for that right here. Now the problem with this is without the pressure it doesn't expand. I'll turn it on here with nothing on the end. It does a good job of spraying around, but it's not going to go anywhere. So if you wanted to use it without any attachment on the end, to use your thumb and clean the car or something like that, let's see if that'll work. Having a hard time plugging it up enough to get the pressure to build up. Nah. So that is one limitation with this. Without the attachment on the end, you're not going to get the stretch. Okay, so that's the extent of the hoses that I review. And the one issue that people have mentioned with these in their reviews is the hose seems to work fine in large part, but the part that gives them trouble after a while is the connection at the end. So it's not this material that gets a hole in it, but you can get leaks around here. So to help with that problem, you don't want to have to be twisting it on and off the nozzles and the faucets a lot. They have a solution to that right here. This is the Snap 2.0. It's plastic connectors that you can put on the hose and then on your faucet if you're constantly changing it between faucets, or you can put it on the nozzles that you attach to the hose, and it just clicks into place. The two pieces that are on the end of the hose and the end of the nozzle, you just click it into place. So no more twisting, no more putting that strain on the end piece of the hose. Again, I've got links for this and all the other products in the description down below. But here's the short clip from my review of the Snap 2.0. Zoom in a little here. So that's what it looks like. Okay, got the X hose here. Gonna connect this to one end of it. Medium tight. Alright, this has got to slide in. It's going to slide right in here. Yeah, there's that snap that I wanted. So to attach these, slide it here. There's my snap. Okay, I think I'm ready to try it out. And here, get some flow. Yeah, it still looks good. I don't see that anything's leaking here with the Snap 2.0. As you can see on this side, it's bone dry, really great. All right, and staying with the theme of taking care of your lawn and garden, I've got a sprinkler called the Noodle Head, and the idea of this is that each of these little pieces here on top, each of the little hoses that comes up, is actually bendable. You can bend it and point it in whatever direction you want. So if you've used a regular sprinkler, you know that it tends to go where it wants to go. With this, you actually can aim it so, you know, half of it will spray here and half of it here, or however you like. So it's a very customizable watering option, whether you're watering the lawn or if you wanted to water specific plants that you have perhaps in your hedge. So take a look at the review of this. Okay, I'm going to try out this Noodle Head sprinkler to water my garden. I've got some traditionally planted garden, and I've got the rollout as seen on TV gardens, flower and vegetable style. Now though, the thing with this, I tried this with the pocket hoses and had some unintended results. I'll show you a quick video clip of that here. Uh-oh. Well, there's an unanticipated downside of that. Once you turn the water off, the pressure's gone. It pulls the sprinkler and the entire hose back over about 15 feet from where you had it. I don't have an exact pattern in mind here. I think I'm going to pretty much stick it in the middle, so I'm going to angle these just every which way, and then we'll see how it does in watering. Good enough. Well, pretty good for a first try, I think. Okay, enough with the yard stuff, right? Let's go on to something that a lot of people like to do in the spring, or they think about in the spring. It's nice to do it year-round, especially in the winter when the birds don't have much food, and that's to feed the birds. Now, we've enjoyed doing this, but what we haven't enjoyed is when the squirrels get involved and they scare the birds away, and then they eat all the food. And there's also a bird we don't particularly care for, no offense intended, but the pigeons, they're not what we're looking for when we put out the bird feeder, and they eat a lot. When we would have just songbirds at our feeder, the feed would last, a week and a half or more. But once the pigeons found it and let all their friends know about it, day and a half, the whole thing was empty. So we've got the Squirrel Buster Mini bird feeder, which has a special technique that's supposed to work against squirrels and large birds like pigeons. So go ahead and take a look at the review for that now. So it works fine, the bird lands, the bird eats, everything's good, but squirrel comes and the squirrel jumps onto this or grabs onto this. As soon as they put their weight on it, anything more than 4 ounces, there's a spring in the shroud, up above the shroud, and it pulls it down and it closes off the feeding ports. No more access to the food. The squirrel jumps off, pops back up, regular birds can get back in. And if you're in more of a grow something healthy to eat yourself kind of mood, we've got the Topsy-Turvy Gardener. Now those same squirrels that have been a problem with our bird feeding attempts have also really wreaked havoc in gardens that we've tried to grow. They tend to chew through like if you're trying to grow watermelon, cantaloupe, pumpkin, they chew through the vine. So they don't care about the fruit itself, but I don't know why, they chew through the vine. Now, of course, whatever's growing on the end of the vine, you lose it. And so we've had lots of problems with squirrels, but a couple years ago we tried one of these and we're doing another one of these now. This is the Topsy-Turvy Gardener, that it basically, it's like a bag with holes around the outside edge. You fill it up with soil and then you hang it somewhere. So you can hang it out on your porch, make sure to water it every few days, and it seems to be, because it's not down on the ground and because it's up closer to the house, at least for us, the squirrels stay away from it and we don't have trouble with the birds flying in to eat if we do strawberries or something like that. So it's worked really well for us in the past, so we've got another review of this. So you get your potting soil, start putting it in small scoops. Once it gets up to this level, put the plants in the side. So I filled this up with soil to about halfway up to the lower level of holes here. And this plant is basically going to punch through this plastic cutout. Right about like that. Alright, got it filled to about 2 inches to the top here with the topsoil. Got my variety of tomato and strawberry plants in there. Oh man, it's heavy already. It kind of hurts to pull with this. Okay, and the last spring product review is of the Magic Mesh. So if you've had enough of all the outdoor, being out in nature and the bugs, and you want to go inside and stay away from the bugs, you need a screen. A lot of people don't have screen doors on their homes, or they're damaged, or they have holes, or whatever the story is. This is a screen that will fit right, supposedly it fits your doorway, whatever the dimensions within reason. And there's a little slit down the middle with magnets on it, so you push your way through to come in and it will snap, 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 close back up behind you and keep the insects out. At least that's what they say. So we put this through its paces and see how it works. Go ahead and watch that clip now. Alright, here we come. Got right to it and stopped. Go ahead. Go. Well, in the end, push through. I guess it works for dogs. So I just came through the door. Maybe we've used it, come through it about 10 times, I'd say, today. And they actually did snap close behind me pretty well now, sort of like they're accommodating themselves, except for up here at the top. And I think this is the reason why. Obviously the stresses are pulling this off the tape. Okay, so that's it for our spring products review. You probably found at least something you're interested in, I imagine. Remember that right below this video, you can look in the description for the links to all of these products online if you want to find out more about them.